Welcome to the lecture. So in the previous class we have studied the time, speed and distance 1. Now we will start with the time, speed and distance 2. Okay. So now first of all there is a concept that is to be known as the relative speed. So what is the meaning of relative speed? There are basically two cases when there is a comparison of a speed from one to another. So that is to be known as the relative speed. My speed with respect to other person or with other person with respect to me. Okay, so that will be known as the relative speed. Now, there is a one case. First, when two objects are moving parallel to each other means in the same direction. Okay, so let's take an example. So there is one car that is V with a speed V1 and there is another car that is moving with the speed V2 but in the same direction. Then what will be the relative speed? The relative speed will be V1 minus V2 and that will be mode. Mode means there will always be a result that is positive. Okay, so that's why we have to take a difference of these two speeds. Okay, so we have to subtract the smaller from the larger one. Now, in the second case, when the two objects are moving towards each other, okay, that means in the opposite direction. So let's take another example. So if there is a car that is moving with a V1 in this direction and there is another car that is moving in the opposite direction coming towards to the with a car with a speed V1 with speed V2, then the relative speed will be addition of both the speeds. Okay, so here speed always added. So rest formula will remain same. What is the formula for speed? Speed is equal to distance upon time. So we have to just put in the case of speed we have to mention the relative speed. Rest all will remain same. Okay. Now let's take one example. So he is saying that a thief is running at a 8 km per hour and is chased by a policeman whose speed is 10 km per hour. So if the thief is 100 meters ahead of the policeman, then what will be the time required for the policeman to catch the thief? Okay, so let's draw a diagram. So this is the policeman and this is the thief. Okay, so this is the thief and this is the policeman. The speed of the thief is 8 km per hour and the speed of the policeman is 10 km per hour. And the distance between them is 100 meters. Okay, now we have to find out the time. So what will be the time? Time is equal to distance upon speed. Okay, so we have to put down the distance. The distance is 100 meters. When this 100 meter is covered with a relative speed. So what will be the relative speed? The relative speed will be when two things are going in the same direction. And if the one speed is 10 and the second speed is 8, so what will be the relative speed? The relative speed will be difference of both. So 10 minus 8, that will be 2 km per hour. Okay. So when we put down the formula, so what will be the time? Time is equal to distance, it will be in 100 meters. But the speed is in kilometer per hour. So first of all, we have to convert it into meter per second. So 2 into, it should be multiplied by 5 by 18. So if I put down the values, so 100 multiplied 18 divided by 10. So zeros will be cancelled out. So it will be 180 seconds because now the speed is in meter per second and the distance is meter. So the time will be in second. So but in the option the time is in minutes. So convert the seconds into minutes. So as we know that if the time is equal to 180 seconds and there is 60 seconds in 1 minute. So the time in minutes will be 3 minutes. So the answer for this question that will be 3 minutes. Okay, so I think it will be clear to all of you how to use the relative speed concept and solve the questions. Now, the next question he is saying that a person is Aryan that runs at a speed of 40 meter per minute and Rahul follows him after an interval of 5 minutes. Okay, in the previous case you have given directly the distance. Now you have given in the form of minutes and runs at a speed of 50 meter per minute. Okay, now there is another person, Rahul's dog, that runs at a speed of 60 meter per minute and start along with Rahul. So the dog reaches the Aryan and then come back. So this is the motion of the dog. Dog meets the Aryan and then come back to the Rahul, and then when he meets to the Rahul, he again go to the forward and continues to do so till Rahul reaches Aryan. So now in the question it will be asked, what is the total distance covered by the dog? Okay, so first make a diagram. So as we know that this is Aryan because it has already run before 5 minutes. So the speed of Aryan is 40 meter per minute. So in 5 minutes, what will be the distance covered by the Aryan? That will be 200 meters. Okay, so that means if it is Rahul, then there is 200-meter distance between the Rahul and the Aryan. Okay, and the Rahul speed is 50 meter per minute. Okay, now there is one another thing, that is a dog, Rahul's dog. So this is the dog. Dog starts when Rahul starts, and when the dog reaches the Aryan, so that's why Aryan will be at some far distance. So when he meets the Aryan, he becomes return backs. When he meets again the Rahul, then he again forward. Then when he meets the Rahul, Aryan again, then again dog will come back, and when he meet again Rahul, he will come to the forward. And when Rahul catches the Aryan, or the distance becomes 0 at the same time. So here is Rahul and Aryan, so the dog will reach at the same time at the end. Okay, so this is the distance covered by the motion of the dog. Now we have to find out this is the total distance. Okay, so as we know that if two persons are starting at the same time, Rahul and dog, they are starting at the same time and they are reaching at the end at the same time. So what does that mean? That means the time that Rahul takes to catch Aryan is the same time for which dog runs. Okay, so first of all we have to find out in how much time Rahul will catch the Aryan. So we have to find out the time. So time equal to distance upon a relative speed. So what will be the distance? It will be 200 meters. Speed will be, if two things are going in the same direction, so difference, so 50 minus 40, that will be 10. 10 meter per minute, so it will be, and distance is meters, so time will be in minutes. So it will be 20 minutes. So in 20 minutes, Rahul will catch the Aryan and dog is running for 20 minutes. As we know that what is the speed of a dog? That is 60 meter per minute. So if I am taking or I am traveling a distance of 60 meter in 1 minute, then in 20 minutes, so 20 into 60, that will be 1200 meters. So it is the total distance traveled by the dog. Okay, so I think it will be clear how to solve this question. Next, now there are some questions based on the trains. Okay, so now we will discuss. Now there is a question number 1. So he is saying that Navjeevan Express from Ahmedabad to Chennai leaves Ahmedabad at 6:30 am. Okay, and travels at 50 km per hour towards Baroda, situated 100 km away. So first of all make a diagram. Don't mention the name of the train, it will make it complex. Just write down the station. So Navjeevan Express is leaving from Ahmedabad. Okay, so this is Ahmedabad and this is a Baroda. Okay, the distance is 100 kilometers. Just put down the 100 kilometers. Now this train starts at 6:30 am. So this is the starting time. Now this train starts at 7 am. Okay, what is the speed of this? This will be 50 km per hour. And what will be the speed of this? This will be 40 km per hour. Okay. Now, there is a traffic controller named as Mr. Shah. He realizes that both the trains are running on the same track. Okay. So, how much time does he have to avert the collision? So, we have to find out the time to avert the collision. For that, we have to find out the collision time. Okay. So, as we know that this train is coming in this direction and this train is coming in this direction, and we have to time the collision time. So, time is equal to distance upon a relative speed. We have to apply this formula. But we are not able to apply directly this formula because the time of starting of both the trains are different. First of all, we have to make the time same. Okay, so just make the time same. So it is 6:30, make it of 7 am. So as we know that this is the half an hour time period. So the speed is 50 km per hour. So in the half hour, what will be the distance travel? So the distance travel will be 25 km. So what will be the distance now remaining? That will be 75 kilometer. Now we can apply the formula for the time. So it will be distance is 75 kilometer, relative speed. Two things are coming in the same opposite direction. So the relative speed will be addition of both the speeds. So that will be 50 plus 40, that will be 90. So as we know that the fraction is less than 1, so just multiply it with 60 to convert it into minutes. Okay, so it will be 32, 33, and it will be 3 into 25, and it will be 25 into 2, that will be 50 minutes. So that means after 50 minutes the train will collide. So we are started at 7 a.m. So the collision time is 7:50 a.m. Okay. Now the question is, traffic controller realizes at 7:30 a.m. So Mr. Shah realizes at 7:30 a.m. So how much time does he have to avert the collision? So just subtract it. So it will be 20 minutes. Okay. So this is the time that he has to avert the head-on collision. So the answer will be 20 minutes. I think it will be clear to all of you how to solve these questions. Now, this is a bit similar question to the previous one. Now, what is the difference? Basically, in that question, you have been given a lot of values, but in this question, the values are very less. But he is expecting the same thing. He is expecting the collision or the crossing time. Okay, so just draw the diagram. This is a point. A train starts from A and reaches B. Okay, here it will start at 7 a.m. and reaches here at 12 noon. So it will be 12 p.m. And now another train starts from B at 9 a.m. So here the another train starts at 9 a.m. and it reaches A at 4 p.m. Okay, so this will be the time. Now at what time do they cross each other? Okay, so one thing is that we have to assume the distance and then find out the answer. Okay, so for that we should keep in mind, as what is the value you are assuming. You can assume X, you can assume 100, whatever value, but assume that value so that your calculation will become easier. So as we know that 7 to 12, that will be 5 hours, and here the time it will be 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. and it will be 7 hours. Okay, so just take LCM of 7 and 5. So LCM of 7 and 5, that will be 35. So let us assume the distance is 35 kilometer. Okay, now as we know that 35 kilometer is covered by the train in 5 hours. So what will be the speed? The speed will be 7 kilometer per hour. And here also 35 kilometer covered in 7 hours. So what will be the speed? The speed will be 5 kilometer per hour. Now the question is similar to the previous one. We have the speed, we have the distance, and we have the starting times. Okay, now neglect this times, that is to the reaching time. So just consider this time. So as we know that we can apply the directly formula for the relative speed, but there is also one another condition. Here the time is 7 a.m., here the time is 9 a.m. So the time gap is there. So we have to make it a common time. So we have to make it at 9 a.m. So as we know that the speed is 7 kilometer per hour. So the distance traveled in 2 hours, that will be 14 kilometer. So 14 kilometer already traveled, total is 35. So what will be the remaining? The remaining distance will be 21 kilometer. Okay, so now apply the formula for the time. Time is equal to distance. Distance is equal to 21 and divided by what will be the relative speed? Addition of both the speed, 7 and 5, that will be 12. Okay, just multiply with 60. It can be easier in the calculation. So it will be minutes, because the speed, now the time will be in minutes. So 12 into 5 and 21 into 5, that will be 105, or we can say that 1 hour and 45 minutes. So we have started at 9 a.m. So after 9 a.m., 1 hour 45 minutes, that will be 10:45 a.m. So at this time, both the trains cross each other. So the answer is option A. Okay, I think it will be clear to all of you how to solve the question with the values and how to solve the question without values. Okay, nowadays these types of questions are coming in the examinations. Now, there are some specific cases in the cases of trains. Now, first of all, what is when a train crosses a platform? What is the meaning of that? If I am saying that this is a platform and this is the train, okay, so whenever you say the train crosses the platform, when the engine crosses the platform or the last wagon crosses the platform, that means when this last wagon covers this end of the platform, then we can say the train crosses the platform. So in these cases, the main thing is the distance. So distance here will be the length of train plus length of platform. Okay, rest all will remain same. The formula, that is equal to speed is equal to distance upon time. Now there is the one another case when train crosses a tunnel also. Okay, it is also the same case. So when the train crosses a tunnel, so we have to consider the length of tunnel also. So now the distance will be length of train plus length of tunnel. Okay, just write it proper because there is also one TA present here. Similar is the case when a train crosses a bridge. Okay, so when a train crosses a bridge, we will denote it by the length of, so here we also can write a tunnel and it will be length of bridge. So now the distance covered will be length of train plus length of bridge. Rest all remains the same. So we have to consider all these cases while doing the questions. Now similarly, there is also one another concept when a train crosses a pole on the platform. Okay, now comes a question that there is a pole on the platform and we have to find out in how much time the train will cross it. So always remember, when we consider a pole, the distance is always 0, or we can say that the width is 0. So in that case, the distance is only length of train. Okay, but in the case of platform, we have included, but in the case of a pole on platform, it will always be a 0. So we'll include only on the length of train. Similarly, when a train crosses a person, okay, when it crosses a person, so how it will be solved? So the distance here also will be, because the width of the person is also 0. So the distance here also will be length of train. And there is also another case when train crosses a driver of a slow train. We are saying that this is a slower train going in there and there is a faster train crossing is this train. Okay. So now in how much time this faster train will cross the driver of the slower train. So this is the similar case when a train crosses a person, because we are considering only the driver of that train. So in that case also, the distance will be the length of the faster train. Okay, so you should keep in mind while solving these cases in the questions how we have to put down the values. Okay, now let's take one example. So he will be saying that how much time will a train take of 171 meter long to cross a bridge of 229 meter long if it is running at a speed of 45 km/h. So we have to find out the time. So time is distance upon speed. Okay, now the distance will be, a train is crossing a bridge, so we have to include both the lengths. So length of train plus length of bridge and divided by speed. Okay, so we will put down 171 plus 229. But as the distance is in meters, so we have to convert the speed also. So the speed will be 45 into 5 by 18. Okay, so just add this. It will be 9 plus 1, 0, and 2 plus 7, 9 plus 1, again 0, and then it will be 1, and 2 plus 1, 3 plus 1, that will be 400. And it will be into 18 upon 45 into 5. Okay, so we have to solve. So 5, 8, 40, 80 and 5, 9 it will be, and 5 it will be 5, 1, 5 and 5, 6 are 30, and 9 it will be 2. So 16 into 2, that will be 32, and the time is now in seconds. So the answer for this question will be 32 seconds. Okay, I think it will be clear to all of you how to solve these types of question. Now let's take another question. Now, a train speeds past a pole in 15 seconds. So, it crosses a pole in 15 seconds and crosses past a platform of 100 meter in 30 seconds. Now, we have to find out the length of the train. Okay, so how we will solve it? As we know that if the speed of the train, so time will be distance upon speed, and here in case of a pole, the distance will be length of train and the speed I don't know, and the time is the 15 seconds. So I can write down speed is equal to L length of train divided by 15. Okay, so this will be the one equation. So here speed will be in meter per second also. Okay, now similarly, so it crosses a platform. If I crosses a platform, then speed is equal to distance, length of train plus length of platform, that will be 100, and upon that will be the time, this will be 30. Okay, so as we know that speed is same, so now equate this. So LT upon 15, it should be equal to LT plus 100 divided by 30. So 15, 2, and it will be 2 LT is equal to LT plus 100, and L2LT minus LT when it comes here, so it will be length of train is equal to 100 and it should be in meters. Okay, so the answer will be option C, that will be 100 meters. So in this way we can solve these types of questions. Now take another example. In the question he will be saying that a train is traveling with a constant speed, crosses a 96 meter long platform in 12 seconds. Okay, so that means LT plus length of train plus 96 when divided by 12. This will be the speed of the train. Now the train is another crossing the 141 meter long platform in 15 seconds. Okay, so that means LT plus 141 and it divided by 15, it should give you the speed of the train. Now equate both the, so LT plus 96 divided by 12, it should be equal to LT plus 141 divided by 15. So it will be 3435. So when it will be multiplied, so 5 LT plus 96 into 5, and it should be equal to 4 LT plus 141 into 4. Okay, now we have to find out the LT. So LT will be 141 into 4 minus 96 into 5. So find out the value. So this will be 4 1 4 4 16 and 4 on 4, that will be 564, and this will be 5 6 30, and that will be 5 9 5 45 3 48. Okay, so this will be a difference will come out to be 64 and 20, that will be 84 meter. Okay, so what are the options we are having? So if you want to go by the options, so option A is neglected, option B is neglected. Now we have been left with option C and option D. Okay, so for that we have to find out the speed. So just put in any equation. I am putting in the 1. So after putting the value in 1, so it will be 84 plus 96 and divided by 12. So it will be 98117 and 180 upon 12. But this speed is in meter per second. Okay, now we have to convert it into kilometer per hour. So we have to divide by 18 by 5. Okay, we have to convert it into this. Now 6263 and it will be 215. Okay, so what will be the value? 5 to 3 and 18 into 3, that will be 54 kilometer per hour. Okay, so the answer will be option C. So the length of the train will be 84 meter and the speed will be 54 kilometer. Because the speed is in meter per second, so we have to convert in kilometer per hour. Okay, so we have to take care of these things also in the question. Okay, thank you.